And we are back. Here is I Understand by Shining Wasato. ShiningWasato.bandcamp.com. Go there and check out the coolest wrestling music in the world. And we're back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Woo Gets Serious, number 91. Yes, the fattest asses. That was I Understand by Shining Wasato. Be sure and check out his music, shiningwasato.bandcamp.com.
Okay, this entire thing is really confusing.
It's not confusing.
Well,
if you're not an idiot.
But that's normal.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to jump right into segment 3.
Yes,
discuss
segment
this.
3, the search for Yankum's music.
Here's the thing. Dennis knows when he plays that I am no longer able to monetize these episodes. And the tiny nothing, actually, we get nothing out of it. But one day I would hope to at least make back a little bit of what I have sank into this money pit. Alright, fine, just play my damn sound.
Oh, you were not aware of this? Your posterior, your contacts someone at once! I tend to piss a lot of people off.
Alright, so we were going to play Pushed or Buried, but Gunner, since you've decided to behave in the manner you have, instead, we're playing my favorite game. You know what game we're playing? Say it. We are going to play Toss Up. That's right. The way this works is I will give Gunner and Omega BR a topic, and they will each debate a side of that topic, and the winner is declared the winner and the king of segment 3 for the episode. So, Gunner, this week you will be defending Chris Benoit.
Oh! Oh, my dear Lord in heaven.
What about Chris Benoit?
You're going to defend his murders.
Oh, man! This is too much!
I told you
no.
not to fuck with me.
How about you do your segment, bud?
Oh, man, we're gonna start getting hate mail. You realize this,
Well,
don't
people
you?
would have to listen to the episode for us to get hate mail. Fine, we'll do Pushed or Buried. We seem to have been joined by Max TK Raid. Hello, sir or madam. We're happy to have you, and if you would like to join in, just say a little something, and we will let you decide if a wrestler here that we're listing will get pushed or buried. Omega BR, we'll start with you. Pushed or buried JTG, who, by the way, is still employed.
Well, I guess buried. I mean, what can the guy really do unless he debuts as Triple H's new enforcer and / necklace maker?
Oh, boy.
So here's what's going to happen. JTG
know what I mean?
pushed. He is going to come out when John Cena comes back and just physically destroy him. And then he's going to end Undertaker's streak and retire him. And then he's going to go on a 16-year run with the WWE Championship.
Yeah,
buried.
What I said
Adlita's
was,
gonna do porn next, yeah.
what I said was he should make large, intricate, golden, unnecessary necklaces for him, in the same vein as popular rap music stars.
Are you talking about Dookie chains?
Seriously, they're not called that.
If he's talking about the rope, the gold ropes, yeah, that's a Dookie.
Oh, my dear God in heaven.
Got a pusher buried, JTG.
We're gonna push JTG. We're gonna push JTG as the Virgil to whatchamacallit. Once what's his name? Curtis Axel. Once Curtis Axel departs from Paul Heyman, the Virgil will be JTG.
I thought we were going to verge them out to ADR.
If you're going to have a new Virgil, you have to bring back Ted DiBiase Jr.
Well, you don't. You could just make it. It could work with ADR, either or. But Curtis Axel, and then yeah.
All right, NJ, JTG, pushed or buried.
He's already where he is, and I bet he already likes where he is because nobody really expects too much from him unless he gets his own act together. Bury him and leave him in peace.
Ouch. All right, let's see, Omega BR, Los Matadores, pushed or buried.
Well, pushed for now, but I'll tell you something I know people don't want to hear, which is that.
Oh God, here we go.
The entrance is neat, but it'll get old probably within a week. The team concept is neat, but they won't. I don't see these guys being the Shield for the titles. You know what I mean? They'll just kind of fade into the scene, just like the Usos are, just like the primetime players, just like the real Americans.
The other side for 10 minutes. Why ride the fence?
I made myself feel bad.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the sound of the fence creaking while you were riding it. Gunner. Los Matadores. Move.
You blasphemer, sir! How dare you steal Generico's thunder?
Generico's okay with it.
Can't say ole.
Generico hasn't said anything, but
Generico retired, right? He went back to Mexico.
Yeah.
Dude, he seriously retired back in Mexico.
Cucaracha.
That sounded disgusting.
Yeah. I'm going to say pushed to the moon, Alice. I like it. I especially like their mini that comes with him, Torito. He's what Hornswoggle would be if Hornswoggle wasn't fucking terrible and also dressed like a bull. So, NJ, Los Matadores, pushed or buried.
Well, they're going to get a push. Personally, I'm not big into their gimmick because, No, I think the gimmick itself is pretty racist. But other than that, we'll just see where we go. Push them for now and let the wind sort it out.
NJ hates the Hispanics. Tisk, NJ.
With every taco so far. Can we move on?
Omega BR. I'm sorry, let me do that again. Oh, BR. Pushed or buried, Santino.
Sounds like you were mooing there for a second.
Well, Santino was a really great heel for a long time, but then he kind of became another typical WWE face that really kind of only runs around the ring and does goofy stuff. So I guess, although, you know what, I actually enjoy his antics a lot more than The Miz kind of making horrible jokes or Cena making horrible jokes. So I would actually say push him above some of those other guys. Not because, he's going to be Intercontinental Champion or anything, but because he can make me laugh in a way that some of those other guys can't.
I say pushed, and I definitely say put the IC title back on him and allow him to be the greatest IC champion of all the times. And please bring back the honkometer and all will be good. Otherwise, I could leave Santino because most of his face shenanigans are not all that entertaining. Sometimes I giggle, and then I feel bad about it. But turn him heel. That's what I'm going to give the typical Smark answer. He's a face. He's awful. Turn him heel, and he's wonderful. He's the best in the world. Gunner, push your buried Santino.
I can push him. He needs another mid-card thing before he gears out, again, and goes from his Battle Arch gym up in Toronto.
Alright, Max, if you'd like to come on the mic and tell us what you think, push or bury Santino?
Mike isn't here.
Apparently, technical difficulties. We'll jump to Net Jester and we'll come back to you. NJ, pushed or buried Santino Marella.
Oh, I push Santino because I think he's funny. I mean, yes, the funniest thing he ever did was back when the Three Stooges movie came out and he had to goof off with them, but this guy can really put a smile on your face, especially after a bad day at work. I really think that turning him heel would be a mistake since we've already seen heel Santino and it gave us a Santina. Every time I think about that gimmick, I still get goosebumps, and not of the good kind.
Well, you're wrong, because it was face Santino that gave us Santina, the sister, who was definitely not Santino in drag. Yeah. So your opinion is invalid. Max, if you've got your mic situation sorted out there, push or buried Santino Marella. And we cannot hear you. But you did say push him to the moon in the chat. We'll have to figure out what your mic situation is there. Make sure it's turned on. Can't tell you how many times I've done that.
We've all read.
Okay, there. I think I got it.
There you go.
Yeah, the cord was all fucked up. Long story. Okay, I'd push Santino to the moon, WWE champion.
Oh, really? Okay, can you expand on that a little bit?
Okay, everybody remembers those 2 consecutive years where Santino was underdog face, Elimination Chamber, Daniel Bryan, the crowd was eating it up. If he had pulled out the victory there, or if he had won the Royal Rumble, but got eliminated by Alberto Del Rio. Here's how it will play out. Santino Marella, fluke win, ends up being #1 contender for the title. And Santino does this whole month-long build where he does Rocky-style montages trying to prep up his training with legends, going to them for, all kinds of tips and things.
He's done that before, I think.
Oh, yeah, but when he gets to the WWE Championship match, he squashes his opponent with wicked MMA fighting moves. He's still Santino Marella. He just fights like a badass now.
So what you're saying is that he turns into MMA Archie?
Essentially, yes. As WWE champion.
I'm okay with this.
Shut up and take all of my money. Because that would be yes. Yeah, that would be fun. That would be
they hinted at that. I forget what style it is he's trained in.
Sambo.
Yeah. They kind of hinted at that, where he would be getting his ass kicked and then he would break out some sambo move or, some grapple or something to that effect. Or, he would throw some roundhouse kick or something, and he would be surprised that he was able to do it. If instead of just keep jobbing him out, if they'd have kept doing that, where he kept getting better and better, That would have been awesome.
Wait a minute. Isn't that the story about the tigers melting into butter? Butter.
Shut up, Net Jester.
God damn it.
Mega BR. Pushed or buried. Oh no, everybody's answer. Hornswoggle.
Keep him.
No more fence riding. You have to pick one or the other. Pushed or buried.
Well, that's nothing. Wait till you hear mine.
In a box. Yeah.
Buried in a box in a volcano. An active volcano.
Kind of like that new Chucky movie that is out or coming out or something.
It's out.
Gunner, pushed or buried?
Buried to Little People's Court.
Max, pushed or buried? Hornswoggle.
Pushed.
Oh,
Play off
Jesus.
the
I
anonymous
don't
general
like this new
manager
guy.
role. You make him into a midget Bond villain super heel general manager. It'll work.
Hey, that does sound like a good idea.
I'll take that.
If he was any good, I would be okay with that. But he's not. And that just might be the way he's been written and booked so far.
All you need, give him an eye patch. An evil eye patch and a little suit behind a desk? Yes.
As long as he goes back to not talking.
Oh, no, you have to talk if you're a supervillain. I mean, you
No,
can't
you
just
don't.
do an odd job.
You just kill
Just
people.
uses the computer.
Oh, okay, I see where you're going at.
Alright, Net Jester, pushed or buried? Hornswoggle.
Push him under the ring, back through the dimensional portal, into the little person's dimension, and get him a job as a bailiff on Little People's Court. That way he'd be out of our hair.
Alright, and finally... Oh, Mega BR.
I think he just hurt himself.
No, I'm good. Pushed or buried? Torito. Hold on, I said that. Torito.
There's only one R in there, but
No, there is? Oh, then it's just
Yes.
Torito.
Torito.
Well,
they
I
should
don't
have
like
named
that
him
near as much.
Tortito. Then that would have worked out well with their Tortito's Pizza partnership that they just got.
The WWE show short-sighted.
If you don't know, Torito is Mascarada Dorada. The one of the most popular minis in Mexico. So now, Grant, I think this is probably the best role for him in the WWE because, it's not like they have a minis division, and, him bouncing around as sort of a mascot, kind of like Hornswoggle. In fact, there you go. I bet we see a match between him and Hornswoggle one day, eh?
Yes, you will see a match between the two of them, and it will be a well-worked, well-run match. I believe it will get a Meltzer 5-star for mini matches.
I'm sorry, I have to stop you right there, and I'm gonna use the M word. Nobody get offended, or get offended. I don't even care anymore. A midget wrestling match getting 5 stars in America. Where can I get some of what you're taking?
I was wondering, do you know if OxyContin is easily available? And if it is, just ask Rush Limbaugh.
Alright, Max. Pushed or buried, Torito.
The hard part about that question is I did not see the debut, so I'm gonna have to just say push Intercontinental Champion level. I don't know, I'm a sucker for mask gimmicks, so I'll just say that as generically as possible.
And now I like you again, but with that, we end segment 3.
But I didn't get a chance to say how full of bull this guy is.
Nobody cares about your opinion, Net Jester.
Ow!
Thank him. It's now time. It's now time for that favorite time of the day. Everybody get in the car. We're gonna go get some blizzards. It's
drive-through.
and for the drive-through, I would like Net Jester to read the ratings.
Are you sure? Are you sure you don't want him to do birthdays?
Yeah, you are gonna get the dead people. So, Jester.
You got buried with dead people, but the ratings. Yes, the ratings. Impact this Thursday, September 28th edition of TNA Impact Wrestling on Spike TV drew a 0.89 or 9 cable rating. This is down 15% from last week's 1.05 rating, according to Nielsen's media research. SmackDown, Friday's episode of WWE SmackDown, did a 1.89 or 1.9 cable rating with 2.63 million viewers. Those numbers were down 2% in the ratings, but up 1% in viewers from last week's 1.93 and with 2.60 million viewers. And as for Raw, last night's edition of Monday Night Raw did a final 2.68 or 2.7 cable rating with 3.59 million viewers. The first hour drew 3.16 million viewers. The second hour drew 3.53 million viewers. And the third hour drew 3.62 million viewers. The number is down slightly from last week's show that did a 2.81 cable rating with 3.74 million viewers. The 9/23 WWE Raw was once again tops among the top 25 shows of cable last week. For the week ending in 9/29/13, the show came in at number 9, number 10, and number 14 for the hours respectively. This is a slight decrease from last week's show that came in at number 8, number 10, and number 11 hours respectively. The show drew a 2.81 cable with a 374 million viewers. 3.74.
And with the birthdays, Adrian can be yes.
Here we go. There may or may not be dead people in our birthday list. If they are, tweet them to us, email them to us, post it on our Facebook page. Let us know who is no longer with us. Somebody's probably keeping track of that. I bet it's Omega. So here we go. On October 2nd, we have Yokozuna and El Dandy. On the 3rd, John Morrison, Bullet Bob Armstrong, Danny Basham, and Mikey Batts. On the 4th, we have Bo Dupp, Abyss, Naruki Doi, Chief J. Strongbow. Let's see, on the 5th here, we have Terry Reynolds, Zena Ion, and Master P. Making them say, nice try with the quick edit there, Gunner. Alpha Jr. on the 6th, as well as Dixie Carter, Barry Daughter, so
Flying was me.
Bruno Sammartino. The 7th, we have Rhino and Caitlin. And on the 8th, we have The Miz and Art Barr. And that's it for birthdays.
And now it is time for This Week in Wrestling with Omega BR.
It wasn't actually Master P's birthday. It was an attempt to trick the anyway.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Even rap fans don't give a shit about Master P's birthday because he had only suburban white kids like Master P. There, I said it.
Well, better Master P than Master B. Moving right along, Omega.
A better 4 for 5, at least, in tricking Yankum. Anyway. This week in wrestling history, circa 1960, where two of the most important figures in the history of professional wrestling, Shohei Giant Baba, the founder of All Japan Pro Wrestling, and Antonio Inoki, founder of New Japan Pro Wrestling, would make their pro wrestling debuts at a Japanese Wrestling Association show in Tokyo, Japan. Baba defeats Yontaro Tanaka in his debut, while Inoki loses his match to Kintaro Oki. Jump to 1972, where the WWF ran at Shea Stadium in Flushing, New York, drawing over 20,000 fans for a show main evented by a battle of the babyfaces as WWF World Champion Pedro Morales and Bruno Sammartino wrestled to a curfew draw after 75 minutes of wrestling. The two shook hands and embraced before exiting the ring. During the match, George Steele tried to interfere, but was escorted out by security. And in 1999, Vince Russo and Ed Ferreira, writers for the World Wrestling Federation, jump to WCW shortly after a secret weekend meeting with WCW management in Atlanta, Georgia. Neither Russo or Ferreira were under contract with WWF, leaving them free and clear to make the jump. Russo called Vince McMahon to inform him that neither of them would be at the Raw the next night. Seen as a devastating blow to WWF at the time, who were preparing for their initial public offering into the stock market, time would show that the move was more detrimental to WCW in the end. And that was this week in wrestling history.
Alright, time for some happy trails. A good happy trail is happy trail to Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella for getting engaged this week, coincidentally, on the trail. And also a somber happy trail to Jean Petite, who appeared as cousin Luke for the World Wrestling Federation in 1985 and 1986, has passed away. Details surrounding Petite's death have not been released. He had been battling with multiple sclerosis in recent years, causing him to drop a substantial amount of weight. Though Petite competed in numerous promotions from 1973 through his retirement in 2000, he is best known for his role as a member of Hillbilly Jim's stable of wrestling relatives from Mud Lick, Kentucky, who also included Uncle Elmer and Cousin Luke. Petite portrayed a silent and expressionless rural Southerner who did not know how to wrestle, though he did actually wrestle. He joined the other hillbillies to the feud with Roddy Piper, Cowboy Bob Jr., and Jesse the Body Ventura. He stated in a 2000 interview detailing his career he was asked to compete at WrestleMania 2, but had declined due to an ankle injury. Storyline cousin Uncle Elmer was utilized instead, as he suffered a quick loss to Adrian Adonis. Petite explained the nature of his departure from the World Wrestling Federation in 1986 to Slam Wrestling. Quote, Vince McMahon told me that they would keep me until the end of the year, leave me out for a few months, and then figure out another gimmick because they were just going to keep Hillbilly. There was too much back and forth with Hillbilly, and he got hurt. They brought Emerald, and he got fired. Junior looked for Ackman, and Hillbilly had a disagreement with the office, but he took off for a few weeks. He had lost all steam that he had, and finished the year with them, and then started working with the Hillbilly Jim was the last surviving member of the clan. Uncle Elmer, Stan Frazier, died in 1992 as a result of kidney failure, while Uncle Junior, Larry Keane, died in 2009 due to a heart attack. So, rest in peace. And alright, so, on to happier notes. We're going to, what to watch this week in wrestling. Jester, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
Oh, I've been a little busy over the past couple of weeks. If you gentlemen should know that I haven't been keeping all that much, but I'm just going to pick a random match from Raw, and I would say, just for the hell of it, go watch the Kofi Kingston versus You know what? I can't say that with a straight face because I don't even remember who Kofi went up against last night. But watch that match. Just for me. Just because I'm back and just because I'm nuts. See you!
Okay, and Yankum, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
Well, here's what happened. I didn't watch SmackDown, and I was tweeting during Raw, but Jesus Christ, what a boring shitfest Raw was for the most part. So I'm going to say the Punk and oh God, I always do this. I always space on names. Yes,
Biggie Langston.
I can think of like 3 things about the guy to help me like remember his name, but 3 ain't enough. I need 5.
Oh, knew you were going there.
That was kind of a long way to go for a joke, but
I thought it was a 2-minute warning.
It's a 3-minute warning.
So,
that was a joke.
Watch that.
Alright. What did we watch this week in wrestling?
You should watch Azim the Dream versus Ethan HD at ECCW's All or Nothing. Because I'm pretty sure that's the Ethan whom TNA has been teasing will debut soon.
I am going to suggest a match from SmackDown, actually, and it was Santino versus Heath Slater. And in the match, in the most hilarious fashion, Jinder Mahal and the Great Khali have a snake charming contest in the middle of the ring. Charming Santino's Cobra. If that is not the start of some sort of fan fiction, I don't know what is.
I have always had the dream to be the sex slave to 3 cobras.
Jesus fuck.
I'm gonna dump myself down! Alright, so that's it for this week's show. Thanks for everybody for listening. You can check us out at smartsnark.com or check which will bring you right to our Spreaker page, which is exactly where we're broadcasting on every Tuesday night. Or at least we're trying to. So you can check out that. Check out our Twitter, twitter.com/smartsnark, our Facebook, facebook.com/smartsnark. You can email us any hate mail or anything like that at smartsnark@gmail.com. And I believe that's everything.
Yeah.
Alright, so, how can I put this?
Gently, put it gently.
This podcast, the best there is, there was, the best there ever will be.
Yeah, I like that. Let's end the podcast with Gunnar doing a bad impression every week.
Good night, Slushing.